Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the online video lecture on new model, that is linear programming problems. Just shortly we can call it as LPP. Today we are going to discuss the introduction part of the linear programming problems. As you know that linear programming problem, it is also one of the operational research technique. It deals with the optimization, either it may be maximization or minimization of a function of variables known as objective function, which is subjected to the various constraints. Okay, LPP is a word technique. It is deals with the optimization, either it may be maximum. Suppose if it comes under profit, then we can maximize. Suppose if it is under loss, then we can minimize of an objective function which is subjected to the various constraints. Okay, here that you can solve the LPP problem by using these four methods. The first one is graphical solution method, second one is simplex method, third one is big M technique, and fourth one is dual simplex method. Okay, that these four methods are you can use to solve the LPP problem. The first one is that is graphical solution method, that you have discussed in the first model. Okay, in this second model, that is LPP, that we are going to discuss simplex method and big M technique. Okay, the graphical solution method that you have already discussed in the first model. Now go for the simplex method. The simplex method, it is an analytical tool which is developed by the Gregory Dandridge of UK in 1947. Okay, it is the simplex method. It provides a systematic algorithm which consists of moving from one basic feasible solutions to the another basic feasible solution in a progressive manner, so that the value of the objective function is continuously improved. Okay, here the simplex method, it is a systematic algorithm where we are going to moving from one feasible solutions to the another feasible solution in a progressive manner. In a progressive manner means the objective function is continuously improving. Okay, that we can call it as simplex method. The difference between the graphical method and simplex method is, the graphical method where we are going to use only we are having two variables. Okay, x1 and x2. Okay, with limited usage, they where you can use the graphical method. Okay, if you are having more than two variables, then we can use simplex method. Okay, this is the difference between the graphical and simplex method. Okay, graphical method use where we are having only two variables. If you are having more than two variables, then we can prefer simplex method. Now the standard form of LPP for applying the simplex method. Okay, these are the conditions. Okay, the first one is objective function or the z equation should always be of maximization type. Okay, here the simplex method we can use only the to solve the maximization type of problem. Okay, you can't use simplex method for minimization type. You can use only for maximization type. And second one, all the constants should be converted into equations logically by applying some mathematical techniques. Okay, this one as you did in the graphical method, the same process, same steps, that all the constants we are going to convert into equations. Next, third one is the RHS of all inequalities should be non-negative. Okay, the third point is very important. The RHS of all inequalities should be non-negative. Next, fourth one is all variables must have non-negative values. Okay, all the variables that should be non-negative values. Next, fifth one is all the constants should be less than or sign to solve by simplex method. If not, it has to be solved by big M method. Okay, the sign is very important here. Whatever the we are going to use the sign, the less than or equals sign in the constraints. Okay, for those only we can use the simplex method. Suppose if you are having the sign that is greater than or equal, then you can't use this method. We can solve by big M technique. The simplex method only we can solve for the maximization type of problem, where we are going to use the sign that is less than or equals to sign. Okay, these are the conditions where we are going to apply simplex method only for these conditions. Okay, now next topic is that is how to bring a LPP into a standard format. Okay, if you suppose they are given in the problem, then we need to first step is we need to convert that the problem into the standard format of LPP. Okay, the first one is if the objective function is of minimization type, then it is converted into maximization by multiplying by -1 throughout. For example, the problem is minimization z equals to 2x1 plus 3x2. Okay, it is a minimization type. Then you can't apply the simplex method for this type. We need to convert that one into maximization type by multiplying -1. Okay, then it becomes maximization minus z equals to minus 2x1 minus 3x1. Okay, then it is converted into maximization, then we can go for solving that problem. Okay, now the second step is all the constants should be converted into equation without changing the logic of inequality. Okay, suppose if they are given the constants like 3x1 plus 4x2 less than or equals to 10, we can write 3x1 plus 4x2 plus s1 equals to 10. Here, see here, where the s1 is a positive quantity which when added to the LHS equates with the RHS. Okay, see here, we are going to add the s1 to the LHS side. Okay, when we are going to convert into inequality equations into equations. Okay, where we are going to add the LHS s1, okay, to the LHS side, that s1 we can call it as slack variable. Now if the problem is having x1 plus 3x2 greater than or equals to 5. Okay, the condition is that the simplex method we can solve by using only that is less than or equal sign, but here it is greater than or equals. Then we are going to convert that inequality into equation. How we are going to convert? It becomes x1 plus 3x2 minus s2 equals to 5. That we are going to use the term, we are going to subtract the s2 here to the LHS side. Okay, for that s2 we can call it as surplus variable. If s1 were added to the LHS side, then that variable you can call it as slack variable. If you subtract s2 in the to the LHS side, then we can call it as surplus variables. Now the third one, in order to make the RHS of inequalities which would become equations anyway non-negative, we can multiply them throughout by -1. For example, 5x1 plus x2 greater than or equals to -7 here. Okay, the RHS side should be positive values always, but here he has given negative values, so that in order to convert that one we are going to add minus sign. Then the equations become minus 5x1 minus x2 less than or equals 7. After multiplying, the RHS becomes 7 and greater than or equal sign that is converted into less than or equal sign. Okay, and next one is fourth one, all the variable must be non-negative. If there is a variable unrestricted in sign, it means that it can take any value, positive or negative or 0. Such variable can be equivalent to the difference between the two non-negative variables. Thus if a variable x1 is unrestricted in sign, it can be replaced by x1 dash minus x1 double dash, where x1 and x1 double dash are both non-negative. Okay, both non-negative, and another condition is that x1 dash that should be greater than or equals to 0, and x1 double dash is also greater than or equals to 0. For example, if x1 is minus 10, how we are going to write this one means in the form of, that is x1 dash minus x1 double dash. We can write the minus 10, we can take the x1 dash that is equals to 30, x1 double dash you can take 40. Okay, 30 minus 40, that will get minus 10. Okay, suppose if you are having x1 equals to 20, then we can x1 dash equals to, can take 30, x1 double dash you can take 10, 30 minus 10, that is 20. X1 is 0, x1 dash is 10, and x1 double dash equals 10. You can take 0, you can take any value, but that after putting the values in the form of x1 dash and minus x1 double dash, we will get the x1 values. That is very important here. Okay, this is all the introduction part. Next we are going to solve the problems by using simplex method. Thank you.